Let me get my co-host going. Ooh. What's up, good people? It's time for another session of that verbal cardio, y'all. We back. We back in business. Okay. Killing is my business, ladies, and business is good. It's good to be back, man. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. It's another glorious Tuesday, Wednesday, if you're listening to this, the day of. If you are watching this, if you're listening to it, if you got it on your phone, if you're in this live right now, whatever the case may be, you're already blessed off the top, man. Because that means you're still alive, you're still here. You know, your bills are paid, you still got a phone, you got electricity. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching this and you're clean, that means you got running water, you got soap. The blessings are right there already. I don't know what's happening with this, but the blessings are there already. You're already up. So, you know, it's all about gratitude, man. Be grateful. If you got the soap, if you got the water, if you got food, if you got your phone, if you got life, you got people that love you, you felt love. There's something that you love in life outside of people. You're already blessed. You're already up. You're still breathing. You're looking forward to, if you're looking forward to anything, that's a blessing right there. A lot of people ain't looking forward to shit. They're just out here just like no energy, no motivation, nothing to look forward to. But if you out here excited about something, you looking forward to something, man, that's a blessing right there. That's a blessing right there. I want to give a shout out. I'm thankful and grateful for my patron saints. Lucinda, Damier, Crunchy Apple, Kristen R, Passionate for God, you know what I'm saying? Overdrive, Quiche, Aomi, Passionate for God, Candy Cammy, Ferguson, Lala, I'm just Nick G, Jamal B, and the rest of the crew, Ryan, you know what I'm saying? Trey Porter, Aries 19, man. I'm grateful for y'all for being up in here, man. Miss Kia, Tamara Tips. Tamara Tips sounds like, I don't even want to say what that sounds like. I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to be offensive. But Tamara Tips sounds like, you know what I'm saying? Sounds naughty. Sounds naughty. I would definitely click on Tamara Tips videos. I would go over to the hub or the X videos and be like, Tamara Tips. Let's see what she's getting into. No disrespect. I got the IG live going. I'm giving y'all a sneak peek of the verbal cardio, man. Just a taste, just a taste. You're not going to get the full episode. You're not going to get the full episode. Paul, I already said your name. Taylor Made. I said Taylor Made a while ago. I didn't want to put your government name out there. You probably didn't hear it though. Who's in the upcoming verses? Remedy. Who's they doing the verses? I feel like they haven't done the verses in 40 years. What's up, Honey Ray Armor? Amor. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Armor. What's up, Southern California Dad? What's happening? Who's the verses? Oh my God, Shan, man. Shit never works. You need to screenshot me what you see, Shan. Screenshot it to me. I'm sick of this. I don't know why it's not working, man. What the hell's going on? Okay. Who's the verses? I'm waiting on that answer. I want to say this off the top. I want to see Nicki Minaj and Cardi B fist fight. I'm sick of it. I want to see them just fight, man. I don't want to see no more tweets back and forth. I don't want no album sales comparisons. I don't want none of that, man. I want to see Cardi B and Nicki Minaj just square up. I'm sick of it. You know what I'm saying? I want to see them in the UFC ring, and I want them to square it up. They've been talking about each other's kids. They talking about everything. This is the pre-fight dialogue, and I want to see them fight. I want them to just duke it out right here, right now. I feel like Cardi B would win. I don't know what it is. I just feel like Cardi would take the victory. I could be wrong, but I just feel like Cardi probably been in more fights in life. I don't know what Nicki was doing when she was young and in Queens, and you know what I'm saying? But I feel like Cardi B was out here with a few knuckle ups. And I want them to fight in tube tops. I want them to fight in tube tops. I ain't even gonna lie. Because every girl fight, you hope, you pray for a little bit for one boob to pop out. You hope and pray for at least one to just slide out in the fisticuffs for the one good time. And I want the rule, the hair grabbing is out. All fists. No hair grab. None of that. Yes, Sabrina. The tube top fights, the titties is coming out. And I'm here for that. Let's get it. Let me tell you something. If I was a girl and I knew like, yo, we about to fight, man. I'm sick of this heifer right here. She getting on my last nerves. I'm sick of you. If I know we about to get it in, she been up my ass for mad long. We about to fight right now, and I got a tube top on. I'm taking my tube top off before the fight even begins. I'm gonna just be out there topless. Cause I don't want no distractions. I don't want to be in my head about the tube top. So I'm gonna just be like, what we doing then, bitch? The titties just gonna be out there. Because they're going to come out anyway. We going to fight anyway. They're going to come out regardless, so I might as well just get it out the way. And I don't want the clothes being a hindrance to the fisticuffs. And I'm going to just be out there like just a straight male boxer, man. No shirt on. And we going to duke it out. And that's what I want Cardi B and Nicki Minaj to do, man. Just fight, shirts off. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something about boobs, man. Boobs are formidable. I've been slapped with a few boobs. And they solid, man. I don't know how many people in here have ever been slapped with a boob. They solid. There's some solid slaps. It's straight. Ooh, hold on. And Cardi B and Nicki Minaj ain't little up top. So it's going to be some solid, firm titty slap-ups. And I'm here for it, man. Solid. Those of you in here that have ever been slapped with a boob, I'm sure you can vouch. But let me tell you something, man. Hey, man. They pretty solid. Diddy got 50 months in jail, prison. 50 months. I already posted, how I felt about them labeling it 50 months. I already posted that clip from the Ball Brothers show. And I stand by it. Just say 4 years and some change, judge. Please, for my nerves. Because I feel like everything is in slow motion when you're in court. I've never been in court to where it's like I'm about to be tried and sentenced. But I would assume everything's happening in slow motion. Or it could be happening rapidly fast. I assume it's the slow motion. So when they be like, I hereby sentence you to... And then when you hear that 50 first, I hereby sentence you to 50. And that 50 gonna sit. That 50 is going to marinate in your soul for a second. Before you hit the months on the back end, you just gonna sit in that 50. Your heart gonna drop to your big toe. And you're just gonna be, I sentence you to 50, and everything's gonna go black. It's just gonna be you, spotlight on you, everything went black, 50 years. That's what you're thinking in your mind. I'm about to do 50 years. I'm already 50 something. I ain't gonna make it out of prison alive. That's immediately where you gonna go. So just say, you know what I'm saying? Just say 4 years and some change. That's all we need. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? I went to Buc-ees for the first time this weekend. Buc-ees is like this famous, it started in Texas. It's this famous, excuse me, y'all, gas station. It's just an epic gas station with mad shit up in there. And people have been telling me every time I'm down south, they be like, yo, you got to go to Buc-ees, man. You got to go to Buc-ees. You got to go to Buc-ees. You got to go to Buc-ees, man. You ain't been to Buc-ees. You're Tone, Buc-ees, man. You got to go to Buc-ees. Let me tell you something right here, right now. If you don't do nothing else in your life, you got to go to Buc-ees. They've been pumping this up for mad long. I'm like, man, what the hell is going on at Buc-ees? Now, mind you, I can't get shit in there. The way I eat, the way my life is set up, the way I try to live my nutritional dietary life, my options is slim to none in that bitch. So I don't know why everybody's like, Tone, man, you got to go to Buc-ees. Well, I'm going to get some brisket. I'm going to get that Buc-ees brisket up in there? No. My options was mad limited, man, but I was in there. I took it in. I almost got the cherry sours, but I was like, the Yucca app was like, it's a 5 out of 100 on the cherry sours. So I put it back. I ended up getting some like trail mix and nuts, and I got some pineapple and grapes. I got the hell up out of there. But I saw the nuts pulsating, the sugared nuts. They had merch. The spread was epic. Like Buc-ees was a sight to see. But I didn't know y'all were this passionate about me not calling it a truck stop. Excuse me for just assuming that a place with a big ass sign, gas station, gas pumps on the side of the road, that massive, excuse me for thinking that it's also a truck stop. My bad, y'all. Y'all act like I called a boutique bed and breakfast a truck stop. Y'all would have swore up and down I called the library a truck stop. Excuse me, y'all. Gas station. My bad. Once you're on the side of the highway and it's a big ass sign, it's a truck stop right there. Excuse me, y'all. My bad. And guess what? Trucks be getting gas at Buc-ees. They might not be semis, but they be trucks, correct? Everybody got pickup trucks in Texas, correct? So therefore, technically, it's a truck stop. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of F-150s, the Chevy half-ton, Fords, pulling up in there with the beds. It's probably more trucks than cars getting gas at Buc-ees. Correct? Excuse me. My bad, y'all. Jesus. Anyway, Buc-ees was epic though. And the pineapple was good. The grapes was good. And I know y'all don't respect how I eat. I know y'all don't respect how I eat. I know it. Y'all be looking at my little avocado toast. Look at the lawn shavings on that. You eating grass, Tom? Oh, you go to the truck stop to get grapes and pineapple, man? Why don't you get the brisket and the tortillas and the brisket breakfast? Why you not getting that? Why you not getting the fried, greasy bullshittery? Why you not getting that? Why you always eating grass? Why you Why you can't get a Chick-fil-A sandwich with 96 ingredients in it on the back? Why you eating microgreens, Tone? That shit don't even look good. Food don't look good to me until you grease it up and fry it and put some cheese on it. That's when food finally look good to me. That's what y'all sound like, man. Why you showing us your bland ass smoothie bowl with fresh fruits on the top? Why you showing us this? Don't nobody want to see what you eating. But if I put some greasy ass meatloaf in your face, some goddamn chili with some cheese on the top and sour cream, you're like, oh, Tone, now you speaking my language, Tone. Oh, look at that smash burger, Tone. Oh, look at that pizza. Look at how the cheese strings is going, Tone. Where you get that at, Tone? I just be eating my food. Yeah, be like, you think you better than us? You condescending. I be telling y'all day in and day out, man. I be lusting after filth. I'm very transparent with that. And sometimes I filth out. Sometimes I might dabble in some buttery ass biscuits, some pizza, you know what I'm saying? Some dessert, a nice soft chocolate chip cookie, oatmeal raisin, peanut butter. And then y'all be like, yeah, Tone. Yeah, you only live once, Tone. But then when I go back to my, trying to stay alive type shit, y'all be like, why are you sharing this? That's the MO. And I'm going to be right back at that place today, eating my avocado toast and my smoothie bowl. I'm excited because they close on Mondays. And I can't wait to dig in, man. I can't wait. I am excited about this. Cam Newton, there was a clip of Cam Newton talking about, with him and Jazz, his woman. He was just like, I want a list of everybody you ever been with, the full list. And, Cam Newton already be getting on everybody's nerves. So anything he say, y'all gonna be like, oh my God. And the whole list it could be a bit much. And I've been there, you know what I'm saying? I've been there. I've been to Cam. But one thing I do like, you might not need the whole list or anything like that, but one thing I do like, and that I do believe in when you're in a relationship with somebody, and I learned this through experience, like, years ago. I think it's important to let your partner know if you've had a history with a person that's around a lot, a person that your other person might know, or that, you know what I'm saying? I think it's important to share that. Depending on the type of person you have, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody can handle it, so it's probably best to keep it a secret. But I feel like it's important to know, like, if it's somebody that's around, it feels like you're hiding something, even if you're not, that you can't disclose that information. Where it's just like, you had this girl around me this whole time. Y'all used to smash or whatever. Why you ain't tell me? Like it feels deceitful. Even if it may not be that way, it feels kind of like that. And then the other person could be like, yeah, they don't know what we used to do. They don't even know. Some people are like that. Some people take pride in that. Some people feel like they got something on you. So I feel like the way I roll is, I'd like to tell you, like, yo, I got history with so-and-so. That way you're in the know. And women, y'all like to be informed. Women like to be informed. That's rule number one. Y'all like to be informed. Y'all don't like to be on the outs. Y'all don't like to be left in the dark. So if it's somebody that, I'm around a lot, or we're around a lot, or y'all know each other, you know what I'm saying? I feel like in full transparency, yeah, like, yo, man, I used to deal with her. And, you tell me I used to deal with him. And like, and I've been there. I've been on that side where it's like, oh, y'all got a little history going. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And I'm chill. I'm cool. I'm like, all right, man. Dapping it up. I'm talking to you. Like, I know. Because ain't nobody fresh out here, man. Virgins is trash, man. And if you grown and you at this big age and you still looking for virgins out here, you're weird. You're weird. If you out here in your 30s and 40s, and you out here really expecting your person that you just started dating, you just started talking to, you just got in a relationship with, if you expecting pure virgins out here, you're weird. Ain't no virgins left, man. All the virgins is too young for your motherfucking ass. Everybody got bodies. Everybody. Everybody got that pass. Everybody got a list. Don't be out here looking for virgins. They no longer exist. And if you are out here looking for virgins, you're weird. If you're not with your high school sweetheart, everybody got the body count. Everybody. Some more than others. Some more than others. You know what I'm saying? Somebody counts as like, oh shit, hold on. Somebody counts as like, hey man, you can always opt out. You be like, how many? You know what? You all over you for the community. And you can opt out if you want. But don't be out here expecting no virgins, man. It's weird. You're grown. You're in your 30s and 40s. Ain't none left for you. The only ones that are left are children. So give that up. Don't you be hanging outside no high school parking lots, no college campuses, trying to look for hell. You're a creep. All right. I'm about to cut the live feed. If y'all want to get in on this, if y'all don't want to miss the rest of this podcast, join my Patreon, join the paid Patreon, and you get the podcast live. You get this podcast live, you get the Ball Brothers podcast live, you get Daddy Issues live, and you get the movie nights live when they return. My movie nights were a good ass time, and they are returning. So if you don't want to miss a beat, click the link in my bio, join my Patreon, click that Patreon tab, join the paid Patreon. You know what I'm saying? I'm cutting it off. Y'all don't have to miss nothing. Just join my Patreon. You ain't got to miss a damn thing. You ain't got to miss a damn thing. Okay? All right, I'm cutting it off. Cutting it off. And since we cutting stuff off, let me pay these bills, man. Let me tell you something, man. Life doesn't happen bi-weekly. So why should pay that? You know what I'm saying? The money you've earned should be in your hands. And with earn in, it can be. Okay? It can be. Let me tell you something. In those moments when money isn't moving as fast as your life, earn in helps give you the financial momentum you need to keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. They say time waits for no one, and neither should payday. You feel me? Earn In is an app that lets you access your pay as you earn it, up to $150 a day with a max of $750 between paydays. Just download the Earn In app and add your info. Then start accessing your pay as you work and leave an optional tip to keep the app running for everyone. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck. All right. Earn In is an app that helps millions of Americans take charge of their pay and avoid falling into debt traps. All right. So we know stuff comes up. Gas, bills, grocery, special night out, taking family to dinner for an event, a last minute gift for a loved one, an unexpected trip to the vet, rent, car trouble, tickets that might sell out before payday. Ball Brothers, get your tickets. New dress, school clothes, or shoes that are on sale. You know what I'm saying? Any of that. Earn In is going to help you get right. So download Earn In today, spell EARNIN, in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earn In app, type in verbal cardio under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. That's verbal cardio under podcast. Earn In is a financial technology company, not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details. Download Earn In now and take control of your pay. You feel me? Take control of your pay, man. Take control. All right, y'all. So I want to talk movies. Okay. I've been trying to figure out how I missed certain movies, right? We all know, well, we don't all know, but we know that I missed The Last Dragon when it was fresh. I missed it. I don't know what was going on in life. I was just like, yo, I never saw The Last Dragon until 1998. I didn't see The Last Dragon until 1998. I don't know how I missed it. They was talking about it at school, but I just never saw it. I don't know what it was. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't put the pressure on my parents to take me to see it. I don't know why I wasn't like renting it at the video store. I don't know what happened. But I never saw it until 1998. And so by the time I saw The Last Dragon, the shit was corny. It was corny by the time I got around to it. That's my bad. That's my bad. I tried to take myself back to 1985 and just being like, yo, when it was new and fresh, but I was already grown, man. I was already Wu-Tang McGee. I was like, man, this shit corny, man. Because one thing about The Last Dragon is mad 80s. It's very 80s. And it was just too late for me. Another movie from that same year that I also miraculously missed, I don't know how I missed it, was Goonies. I didn't see the Goonies until like 3 years ago. I don't know how I missed the Goonies. The movie was right up my alley, thematically. That was right up my alley, man. Kids on an adventure, let's go. Let's get it. When that movie came out, when did it come out? June of 85? I was 8 years old, man. Prime real estate for the Goonies. I don't know how I missed it. So then I started piecing together. I was like, yo, how did I miss this movie? So now I'm trying to piece together where we were living and what was going on within the household. Now, 85 is when my movie love started kicking up for real, for real. It was at a fever pitch. It started like in 84, but it kept swelling. So now I'm like, all right, let me backtrack for a second. Let me look at the movies. Okay, 83. So in 1983, I think we were living on Vincennes. I think we were living on 48th and Vincennes. Because 82 was Thriller, 83 was Thriller. So I'm thinking that in 83, we were living on Vincennes. We didn't have a VCR then. We didn't have no VCR, so we were at the mercy of whatever was on TV at that time. Because the movies I remember seeing in theaters from 83, Return of the Jedi, I remember seeing that in the movie theater. But the rest of these movies, I don't remember seeing nothing in theaters. I remember seeing Scarface at my dad's house. I saw Scarface. That's what really put cocaine on my radar, that movie. I was like, yo, cocaine, crazy. That's what really put cocaine on my radar. And I'm looking at the lineup from 83, and I'm just like, yo, Christine, I remember seeing years later. Cujo, I've never seen all the way through. A Christmas Story, I didn't see that until like 20, 2017. Crow 83, I wasn't seeing none of this. Okay. And the only movie I remember seeing in theaters, well, actually The Sword and the Stone, which was a Disney cartoon, and Return of the Jedi. Which makes sense. I was a child. And a lot of this stuff was gritty. So we go to 1984, right? 1984, I think they started taking me to more movies. I remember seeing Ghostbusters in theaters. I remember seeing Gremlins in theaters, The Karate Kid in theaters, Purple Rain in theaters. Now I'm in my movie bag in 84, right? So I'm seeing stuff. Not seeing everything, but, I'm seeing a lot of stuff in theaters. Now I feel like my movie going experiences were becoming more and more frequent as the years progress, right? So then we moved to 36th Street. I think we moved there 83, 84. But we didn't have a VCR right away. So without the VCR, I'm missing movies unless they come on regular TV. Keep in mind also, we no longer had cable. We used to have Showtime back in the day. That's where I saw The Howling and stuff like that. But we no longer had cable. We were at the mercy of regular TV, CBS, ABC, NBC, Channel 50, Channel 66, Channel 9, Channel 11, Channel 32, which became Fox later on. But my options was limited. Because we didn't start hitting the video stores yet. So I saw Beverly Hills Cop at home. I saw Temple of Doom at home, Police Academy. So now we start renting movies around late 84, 85 is now, we renting the movies now. So now I'm seeing like Pee-wee's Big Adventure and The Color Purple, Rocky IV. I saw Rambo in theaters. I saw Back to the Future in theaters. I saw Jewel of the Nile in theaters. So now we renting movies. I saw Pee-wee's Big Adventure in the theater. Saw Teen Wolf in the theater. But for some reason, The Last Dragon and Goonies was skipped over. I saw Weird Science several times. We was watching this shit out. We had Weird Science on repeat. I'm seeing the Friday the 13th movies. So now we're renting more movies, right? Well, my brothers, they didn't have no interest in Goonies, so they weren't renting those, so I'm not exposed to them. And I don't know why they never got The Last Dragon. I guess they felt like they were getting horror movies and shit that was traumatizing me. That was their priority. Yo, let's rent Return of the Living Dead. Let's get Cat's Eye. Let's get Silver Bullet. So now I'm just missing out on certain movies. So I feel like the Goonies and The Last Dragon just fell by the wayside. All right. So now, I'm starting to get more proactive in what we're renting now. Now I'm going to the video store as well and putting my bids in. I saw Top Gun. This is 1986 now. I saw Top Gun, Crocodile Dundee, in theaters. I was scared to watch Alien in theaters. But on home video, I was getting my movies in. Home video, I'm watching Platoon, Karate Kid 2, Back to School, Aliens, The Golden Child, Ruthless People, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Down and Out in Beverly Hills, Stand By Me, Cobra, Police Academy 3, Poltergeist 2, Pretty in Pink, The Fly, Three Amigos, Little Shop of Horrors, Running Scared. Now I'm watching these movies on video. Jumpin' Jack Flash, Soul Man. Even though that movie's mad offensive and it doesn't hold up, I saw Soul Man. So now I'm not really digging back to 85 to go back for The Last Dragon and the Goonies, right? So that's how I ended up missing stuff like that. And then we go to 1987. Now, 1987 is when my movie love is at a fever pitch. Now I'm fully all in. Now I'm starting to pay attention to how much money they making, what's going on. 3 Men and the Baby I saw on video. Fatal Attraction I saw on video. Beverly Hills Cop 2 on video. Good Morning Vietnam on video. The Untouchables on video. So I'm just taking it. I saw Stakeout in theaters twice. I saw Lethal Weapon in theaters. The Witches of Eastwick on video. Now, a movie that made it under my radar. Dirty Dancing. Never seen it to this day. Still ain't seen Dirty Dancing. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. It's going to ruffle some feathers. I have zero interest in watching Dirty Dancing. You got to remember, man, Dirty Dancing came out in 1987. 1987 was one of the most brolic years for movies of all time. Like I said, you got 3 Men and a Baby, Fatal Attraction, Beverly Hills Cop 2, The Untouchables, Stakeout, Lethal Weapon, The Witches of Eastwick, Predator, Throw Mama from the Train, Dragnet, La Bamba, RoboCop, The Lost Boys, Full Metal Jacket, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Eddie Murphy Raw, Mannequin, The Running Man, Spaceballs, all in 87. The Princess Bride, Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol, Raising Arizona, man. It was the principle. It was just too stacked. So you got to think about this. And thank you for bringing that up, man. Dallas D. Y'all got to consider this. I'm 10 years old. I turned 10 in 1987. I'm going to read this off to you. And I want you to be real with yourself on what you know about me. I'm going to read off Dirty Dancing to you. And I want you to tell me if this sounds like some bullshit I would be into. Okay? Dirty Dancing is a 1987 American romantic drama dance film. First of all, romantic drama. Because I could deal with some romantic comedy. Like John Hughes, Pretty in Pink. I can handle that. A romantic drama dance film? Like 10-year-old Tony? I want zero parts of this. I want nothing to do with this movie. Get me out of here. Where's the RoboCop and the toxic waste and people getting their head blown off? Where's Arnold and them getting picked off one by an alien creature? Where are the vampires? Where's the wisecracking, smart-ass con man cop from Detroit? Where's that at? And feel this. It tells the story of Frances Baby Houseman, a young woman who falls in love with dance instructor Johnny Castle at a vacation resort in 1963 Borscht Belt. Get your boy up out of here, man. I got zero interest in any of that. No. So now we're a romantic drama dance film that's set in 1963. I want out. Segregation? I want out. Were blacks even allowed at that vacation resort? Were they? I don't know if they were or not. I don't know where the resort was located, but could we get in as blacks? And I know the soundtrack, yes, I had the time of my life, and you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? She's like the wind. I get it. It's one of the best-selling soundtracks of all time. The movie was a box office smash. But count your boy out. I'm out of here. So that's why to this day, I've never even bothered to attempt to even remotely pull up the Dirty Dancing. I've never seen Moonstruck. Never seen The Secret to My Success. Never seen Outrageous Fortune. Broadcast News. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things. I was just like, I'm good. Never seen The Last Emperor. That just looked long and boring. Never seen Wall Street all the way through. You feel me? But I did see Adventures in Babysitting. I did see Batteries Not Included. You know what I'm saying? I did see Harry and the Hendersons. I did see Overboard. I did see Inner Space. Never saw Ernest Goes to Camp. I never seen any of the Benji movies either. Never seen any of the Benji movies, man. Get Benji up out of here, man. Benji the Hunted and Benji, man, tell Benji to keep his ass in the house. These dogs is running wild. So then the following year, 1988, what big movie did I miss in 1988? Right? Never seen Working Girl. Never seen Cocktail all the way through. Okay? I've never seen Beaches. Never seen it. All right? Never seen it. I know the wind beneath my wings. Yeah, I get it, man. Bette Midler, Barbara Hershey. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever know that you're my hero? Man, yeah, heroes, man. Watch out. Never seen it. Because again, you got to think about me. You got to think about me. First of all, I knew Barbara Hershey died in it. I wasn't equipped. I was like, oh, she dies in it? I'm not watching it. I'm not setting myself up for the death of a major character. I'm not setting myself up for that, man. Why would I pull up to this? Why? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, man. Cecilia Carol C.C. Bloom, a New York actress and singer, receives a note during a concert rehearsal in Los Angeles and hurriedly leaves to be with her friend Hillary Whitney, a San Francisco heiress and lawyer. She drives overnight and reflects on their lifelong friendship. I'm out. But you know what? As a grown man that's in touch with his emotions now, I feel like I can pull up on Beaches. I can pull up on Beaches and I'm gonna shed some tears. I'm gonna cry. First of all, I really like Bette Midler. So, you know what I'm saying? Chances are I'm gonna watch Beaches. Dirty Dancing, the chances are slim. The chances are super slim on the goddamn Dirty Dancing. But Beaches, it's got a good percentage of me pulling up. Because I'm a grown man that's in touch with his emotions. I know I'm gonna fold up. I'm ready for the fold. Did you ever know that you're my hero, man? Watch out. But there's no urgency on Beaches for me. You feel me? I've never seen The Land Before Time all the way through. Never seen The Land Before Time all the way through. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you why. I knew his mama was going to die, man. If I know it's going to be some damn tragedy up in there, I'm out. This was 88, man. I ain't want no emotional smoke. I knew his mama wasn't going to make it, man. That's why I've never seen Bambi to this day, man. I'm never watching Bambi. I know his mama gonna get shot. No. Watch out. Never seen Bambi. I know in The Land Before Time his mama ain't gonna make it, man. Watch out. Get your boy up out of here, man. Not pulling up. Let's take it to 1989, shall we? That's the year Batman came out. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Lethal Weapon 2, Look Who's Talking, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Back to the Future 2, Ghostbusters 2, Driving Miss Daisy, Parenthood, Dead Poets Society. When Harry Met Sally, The War of Roses, The Little Mermaid, Steel Magnolias, Christmas Vacation, Turner and Hooch, Born on the 4th of July, Uncle Buck, Field of Dreams, Tango and Cash, Harlem Nights, Pet Cemetery, The Abyss, Star Trek V, Major League, See No Evil, Hear No Evil. Never seen that. Never seen that all the way through. So I don't really have a big miss in 1989. I feel like I rose to the occasion and I represented. I've never seen All Dogs Go to Heaven all the way through, though. Never seen that all the way through. But I don't know if that's a movie that's gonna get y'all in the uproar. But All Dogs Go to Heaven, I was kind of apprehensive. I was like, man, hold on, man. It sounds like some death up in there. Sound like some death is going on. So I wasn't sure. You feel me? And to make it even more tragic, the girl that did the voice of the little girl, she was tragically murdered shortly after filming. So I'm definitely not pulling up. They say Burt Reynolds, because they had to do some additional voice work when she had already passed, and Burt Reynolds got super emotional, like doing that scene with the. It's man. Whoo! Look out! Watch out! So then we go to 1990. We got Home Alone. We got Ghost. I've never seen Dances with Wolves, and I don't want to. Never seen it. I think I've attempted. It's just slow. Watch out, man. Here we go. No. It's just too long, man. Dances with Wolves, it just looked like a slow burn that I've never pulled up on. Never pulled up on it, man. I was like, and Dances with Wolves was huge. It was winning all the awards and made all this money, man. Kevin Costner could do no wrong. But I was like, man, watch out, man. Got the white dude coming in here, and then the indigenous people, the Native Americans, gonna take him in. Watch out, man. Never seen it. 3 Men and a Little Lady, never seen it. Felt like a forced sequel, man. Watch out. 3 Men and a Little Lady, never had the interest. I wish I avoided The Godfather Part 3, but I did see it. You know what I'm saying? 1990 was cracking, though. So then we scoot on up to 1991. This is when I'm in my movie bag. I'm in my movie bag up in here. Like Terminator 2, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Beauty and the Beast, Silence of the Lambs, City Slickers, Hook, Addams Family, Sleeping with the Enemy, Father of the Bride, Naked Gun 2.5. I've never seen Fried Green Tomatoes, and I'm not interested. I'm not interested, okay? Just to keep it a stack, I'm not interested. Let's talk about what this movie was about, man. Fried Green Tomatoes is a 1991 American comedy drama film directed by John Avnet based on Fannie Flagg's 1987 novel Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. Tells the story of a middle-aged housewife who, unhappy with her life, befriends an elderly lady in a nursing home and is enthralled by the tales she tells of people she used to know. Get your boy up out of here. I'm out. It might be all right. It might be charming, man, but soft. Back in 91, man, I wanted no parts of it. But now that I'm grown, in touch with my emotions, it's probably a great time. Never seen The Prince of Tides. Never had any interest in that. Yeah, so then we move forward. 1992. It's the year Aladdin came out. Home Alone 2, Batman Returns, Lethal Weapon 3, A Few Good Men, Sister Act, The Bodyguard, Wayne's World, Basic Instinct. I've never seen Basic Instinct all the way through. I seen the infamous leg cross. I might have seen a love scene or two. I don't remember shit else. I've never sat and watched Basic Instinct all the way through. Big hit, you know what I'm saying? Made Sharon Stone a star. Never seen it all the way through, man. I got nothing. All I got is the leg cross. That's it. Never seen The Sin of a Woman. Crying Game, I've never seen it all the way through. I just remember Forrest Whitaker getting run over, and I remember dude making out with a girl, and then he panned down her body, and the dick was right in his face. That's all I remember on The Crying Game. I was like, oh, shit. I don't remember what else happened after that. Because at the beginning of The Crying Game, I was like, this movie sucks. And then, because everybody was making big noise about The Crying Game. Crying Game was a big hit. When he was making love and he slid on down that body piece and then was like, Dilk. He was like, oh. I mean, it was right here in his grill piece. I was like, oh, snap. Never finished the movie. I don't know what happened. I feel like in that movie, I feel like I was panning down with him. And I feel like we took the dick in together. And so when he was like, oh, I feel like, oh. Yeah, and I don't even remember the rest of the movie. But I remember that moment. What else came out that year? Death Becomes Her. I've seen that, of course. Alien 3, one of the biggest disappointments for me. Malcolm X, Single White Female. Well, let's go to one more year. We'll go to 1993. 1993, Jurassic Park, Mrs. Doubtfire, The Fugitive, The Firm, Sleepless in Seattle, which I haven't seen Sleepless in Seattle till last year. Meg Ryan is a shady, cheating ass nigga, and y'all let her slide. Indecent Proposal, I've never seen all the way through. Indecent Proposal. But here's what I found out last night in talking to someone about Indecent Proposal. Demi Moore was shady as hell in that movie. Let me break Indecent Proposal down for y'all, man. She was trifling. She was big trifling in that movie. So here's the premise, right? Indecent Proposal is based on a 1988 novel by Jack Engelhard, in which a couple's marriage is disrupted by a stranger's offer of $1 million for the wife to spend the night with him. It stars Robert Redford, Demi Moore, and Woody Harrelson. Right? Here's the shady part. So they married, they high school sweethearts, they living in California, they minding their married business, right? But they struggling financially. The recession leaves Diana without houses to sell and David without a job. In desperate need of $50,000 to save their land from being repossessed, they travel to Las Vegas to gamble with the last of their savings. At a casino, Diana catches the eye of high roller John Gage, while David wins over $25,000 in craps. Reveling in their winnings, Diana assures David that she loves him regardless of the money. The next day, they lose everything at the roulette. Leaving the casino, they notice a crowd gathered to watch Gage play Baccarat. Gage asks Diana to join him for good luck, and she makes a winning craps roll on his $1 million bet. As thanks, Gage insists on paying for the Murphys' stay, giving them a lavish hotel suite and a dress he saw Diana admire. After an enjoyable evening together, Gage offers the couple $1 million to allow him to spend a night with Diana, with David flatly refusing. David was like, nah, man, fuck that. Later, Diana convinces David to agree to Gage's proposal. Diana convinces David to agree to Gage's proposal. Let me say that one more time. $1 million for one night. Later, Diana convinces David to agree to Gage's proposal. $1 million for one night. Buns for funds, Crunchy Apple. $1 million for one night, Diana say. David contacts his lawyer, who prepares a contract for the agreement. Leaving Diana with Gage, David has a change of heart and races to stop them, but arrives just as they depart by helicopter. Gage flies Diana to his private yacht and offers her a chance to void their deal and return to her husband if he loses a toss of his lucky coin. He wins the toss, and Diana spends the night with him. She spends the night with Gage. Agreeing to forget the incident, the Murphys return home to discover that the bank had already foreclosed on and sold their land. So all that scrambling for the land they was doing to get the money, it was all null and void. Overcome with anger and jealousy, David accuses Diana of continuing to see Gage after finding his business card in her wallet, which she denies knowing about. Discovering that it was Gage who bought out their land, Diana angrily confronts him and rejects his attempts to pursue her. When she informs David, their tension reaches a breaking point and they separate. Diana allows David to keep the $1 million. Weeks later, Gage visits Diana at work and renews his advances. Initially resistant, she eventually consents to spending time with him, and a romance develops between them. David, meanwhile, turns to alcohol and eventually hits rock bottom, leading to a public confrontation with Gage and Diana. He pulls his life back together and finds a teaching position, and Diana files for divorce. Finding her at a zoo benefit with Gage, David donates the entire $1 million in a charity auction bid, then makes his peace with Diana and signs their divorce papers. Realizing that Diana will never love him the way that she loves David, Gage lies to her that she is merely the latest member of his $1 million club of women. Seeing through his deception, she gratefully ends the relationship before parting ways. He gives her his lucky coin, which she realizes is double-headed. Diana returns to the pier where David proposed to her 7 years earlier, finding him there. Repeating their unique declaration of love, they join hands. Diana ain't shit. Diana ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? She gonna have a romance with the dude that tore their marriage apart? She gonna have a romance with him? And then you think you gonna come back to me on the pier? Nah, man. Nah. Nope. Gage is slimy. He's just gonna be slimy. He the one that even made the offer. You got to be slimy to even make the offer. So I expect nothing from Gage. Yeah, he got the double-sided coin, man. He just offered $1 million to smash your wife's cheeks for the night. I expect nothing from him. But Diana, And I know money was tight. I know money was tight, desperate measures. It's an easy one night. But the one night unraveled into a lot of different shit. It just kept unraveling. Now, see, Indecent Proposal needs to be the other way around. It needs to be a rich woman who's just like, yo, man, let me get your husband for the night for $1 million. Because a dude, we can just smash and dash. Baby, I got the $1 million in a brown paper bag, man. I dusted her off. I busted quick. I made sure I busted off quick, so I wasn't in there with the long pumps. I was just like, hooah, and then, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even a long session. We did it. We did it. Moving on, ain't gonna be no romance, ain't gonna be no lingering nothing. Because men, we can do a one and done all day. We can do one and dones all day. I know women can do one and dones, but look at what happened. She couldn't do the one and done. She couldn't do the one and done. She ended up back with Gage. But a dude, you know what I'm saying? The one and done. I was like, yeah, I dusted her off for the millie. You know what I'm saying? Boom, pow. And then we keep it moving as a couple. But that's neither here nor there. And I want to say this, man. So, still on the movie tip. So, The Rock had a movie come out this weekend called The Smashing Machine, right? And a lot of people be like, oh, The Rock always plays the same characters. He's not an actor. He just plays the same roles. He's in the same kind of movies. And then when he steps out and expands his horizons as an actor, the movie made $5.9 million this weekend. The budget was $50 million. Y'all do all that fuss and like, he doesn't step outside of his comfort zone. He does a movie like this, y'all don't pull up. He's showing you range in this movie, y'all don't show up. And y'all be doing that. Y'all be doing that a lot with actors. Oh, he plays the same guy. Let me tell you something about movie star actors. Movie star actors. The biggest actors, the movie stars, they play the same characters all the time. All the time. Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Will Smith, Denzel, they be playing the same characters. Leonardo, as good as Leonardo is, there have been a few performances of his where you can plug it into a different movie. You can take his character in Inception and plug that into Blood Diamond. Plug that into Body of Lies. You could do that. You could take his character in Body of Lies and put him into Inception. It's still the same kind of flow. You know what I'm saying? The Great Gatsby kind of had some little bit of Aviator in there, a little bit, just a little bit more dashing. For movie stars, they're gonna be the same type of character several times. Brad Pitt been the same guy in mad movies. Because there's a familiarity that brings people to your movies. Like, we like to go in and we know what to expect. I like the way he plays it. I'm going in to see him in this type of scenario. We showing up for the different scenario. Not every movie star is going to be a chameleon. I feel like chameleons are rarely movie stars. The Rock stuck to a formula because the movies were making money. And then after a while, you're going to have to pivot from that formula because people get tired of it. But everybody has to pivot. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, they were making huge movies and making massive amounts of money because they translated overseas. The same with The Rock, Rampage, Skyscraper, these huge action movies, Jumanji, you know what I'm saying? Even though in Jumanji, he's playing like a kid within a grown man's body, but y'all not giving him credit for that. Tom Cruise been the same cat for mad long in mad movies. But y'all be like, man, you don't be switching it up. And then the super chameleon actors, the actors that always take risks, the box office is not always in their favor. Look how long it took for Johnny Depp to have a straight up hit movie where it was just an undisputed smash. It took till Pirates of the Caribbean for an actor like Johnny Depp to have a bona fide smash. But he was always choosing roles where his characters were quirky and different and stuff like that. Take Daniel Day-Lewis, for example. Daniel Day-Lewis is probably one of the best actors I've ever seen, right? He be putting actors under the table with the sheer skill. Like, he's probably pound for pound one of the best actors to ever exist. His research, his attention to detail, his method acting, it works. Like, he transforms. None of his characters have been the same. But the fact that none of his characters have been the same actually hurts his movie stardom. Not saying that he's even looking for it. But you take somebody like him, he's not going to have hit movies. He has a couple, but if you look at his whole resume, you know, people not going to just automatically show up because they like, all right, so we can look at the box office. We can pull right up on it and be like, okay, let's take a look at Daniel Day-Lewis, one of the best actors breathing. Right? When he leads a film, let's look at the numbers. My Left Foot, for which he won an Oscar, made $14 million. The Last of the Mohicans, which was a hit, that was a hit. That did well. $75.5 million, right? After that, The Age of Innocence made $32 million. In the Name of the Father made $25 million. The Crucible made $7.3 million. The Boxer made $5.8 million. His movies ain't making shit. Because he's not a movie star. He's not really a draw like that. Even though he is one of the best actors breathing, people just still like, man, watch out. Right? Gangs of New York did okay, but he was paired with Leonardo DiCaprio, who is a draw. And even that movie did okay because the budget was so big. The budget was $97 million. It makes $183 worldwide. There Will Be Blood made $77 million, which is decent, you know. That did okay. That did pretty well. And then he did 9, which made $56 million. That was a flop. Then he did Lincoln, which did very well. Lincoln did $273 million worldwide. And that was a Steven Spielberg movie about one of the most famous presidents of all time. So that's Daniel Day-Lewis's biggest hit. And then he did The Phantom Thread, which made $47 million. And then some movie that came out, Anemone or whatever, made $742,000 so far. It just came out October 3rd. So what I'm saying is actors have to have a familiarity with their roles to get people to come out and come out and spend real box office dollars. Now, The Rock, playing this role, I feel like the marketing wasn't there, and the fighter that he portrayed in this movie is not a big name. Like Mark Kerr, I never heard of Mark Kerr until this movie came up. So that's already going to be a challenge to bring out the people. But even when Will Smith played Muhammad Ali, that movie only did like $50 million domestically. Like, it wasn't a hit. And this was Will Smith at his prime in terms of like box office, like Mr. Box Office. He was in the middle of that. And the movie only made $87 million on a $100 million gross. But this is Will Smith stepping out of the comfort zone that y'all call it. Well, you actors aren't showing range. And then when they do step out and do something, y'all don't pull up. So cats gonna fall back into the comfort zone. When Denzel played that little quirky, weird guy in Roman J. Esquire or Roman J. Israel, a lot of y'all didn't even see that movie. Denzel be playing the same guy. Did you see Roman J. Israel? No? Well, then shut up. You didn't even pull up. You don't pull up when they venture outside of the norm. So what you want cats to do? What you want cats to do as actors? Y'all be fussing about it's the same role, and then when they switch it up, y'all don't pull up. And The Rock did a really good job in this movie, but y'all wouldn't know it. Y'all wouldn't know it. So hush. When y'all be complaining, talking about, man, they be playing the same roles. Keep that same energy when they switch it up on you, and then you sitting there and not watching it. Sick of y'all. Anyway, man, let me get the hell up out of here. I want to thank the Patron Saints for being up in here, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all passionately in the shower. I'm glad y'all spent your time with me, man. I appreciate it. Even like Dave, let's talk about Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista has shown range in big movies, right? Dave Bautista has taken more risks than Dwayne Johnson in terms of the roles that he's been selecting, right? But Dave Bautista also has flops. You know what I'm saying? Like when he leads a film by himself, they don't do numbers. He's best in an ensemble piece. He's, you know what I'm saying? Within that ensemble, he's doing good. But the roles that he has chosen, he doesn't have to be the star. He could be a supporting piece, and he does great. And he's probably my favorite wrestler actor in terms of just like the range. But he's been in some supporting pieces. The Rock, when you look at The Rock acting wise, one of his strongest performances is in Pain and Gain. But when you look at the movies he's done since his debut in The Mummy Returns, you can see his acting skills have improved dramatically. If you look at how he was acting in The Mummy Returns and you look at where he is now, the growth is crazy. So I just think y'all not giving him enough credit for, you know what I'm saying, the performances that he has done. But anyway, let me get the hell up out of here. But I appreciate y'all for listening and tuning in. And stay tuned for my review of The Smashing Machine. I'm going to review that and post that up. And just check the movie out, man. Just check it out. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to sit there and fuss and be like, man, cats ain't taking risks, and then you ain't watching the risk take, then you lose credibility on your little opinions. But anyway, I'm out of here, man. Thank you for tuning in to another session of that verbal cardio.